From TMP to TTNG, for sure the cure and those tired meme jeans. Hella Kinsella and the promise ring. Sunny day, real estate and rights this spring. Prince Twinkle Daddies help keep the dream alive. I constantly thank God for Algernon and Remo Christie Front Drive. Mineral, snowing, high tide hotelier and more. Rio Limo only consists of the DC emotive hardcore. But you gotta admit, Kyle and Ellie really on that emo bullshit. You gotta admit that Kyle and Ellie really on that emo bullshit. Have you heard the tired and disavowed lonely word? Have you heard the disavowed and lonely word? Have you heard the lonely disavowed word? Have you heard the tired and lonely disavowed word?
All right, episode 31 of the E word.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ. This is the E-Word freshman class episode. I've been looking forward to this for a long time. It's just kind of like 10 bands that are like up and coming in emo, and that criteria is none of these bands have been releasing music for more than 2 years. Ellie is my co-host there in Austin. We haven't talked to you yet. Ellie, what's up?
Not much. I'm pretty stoked on this episode. You know, it's weird. Like, a lot of people who I have talked to about E-Word freshman class, they are like, I'm like, yeah, it's kind of like the XXL freshman class, and they're like, what the fuck is that? Like,
Come on.
not clued in at all. I know. Like, I almost feel like they're like pretending not to know what it is.
Mhm.
Like, growing up, did you ever have that like those people who are like, Justin Bieber? I've never heard of him.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
to be like snarky above it all idiots. Fuck you. But I feel like we got a pretty big response on this last year, but this year like totally blew last year out of the water.
Yeah, are you fucking kidding me? Like, like 400 more votes or something.
Well, also because we have like at least 800 more followers than we did at this time last year.
Probably. Just for like nostalgia's sake and just to see where we were last year, I pulled up the freshman class of 2018, and that was the Great White, who now go by the name Proper, Jetty Bones, Jetty Bones, Origami Angel, Stars Hollow, Commander Salamander, See You Space Cowboy, Retirement Party, Charmer, Michael Sarah Palin, who apparently were not eligible and awake but still in bed.
We've had half of the E-Word's freshman class last year on the pod.
Yeah, and some of those were like intimidating to like have on the pod. But now,
like Shannon and Elliot.
Elliot wasn't intimidating.
I mean, Elliot wasn't intimidating, but I don't know who else you'd be considering intimidating. Tyler?
Yeah, Tyler for sure.
What?
I don't know.
Tyler's a sweetie.
Well, yeah, I found that out. We should also mention that so we are really fucking around with this episode because like the intention was to have David from Charmer to be our third mic on this episode, and schedules weren't aligning, and then we locked in a date and he got called into work, so we couldn't wait much longer. So we turned to a couple of other repeat guests and freshman class inductees
History.
of 2018, and at some point Tyler from Stars Hollow is going to call in, and Ryland from Origami Angel should be calling in. Who knows where we'll be at within the list at that point, but it's going to be fun, and we're no rules on this episode, I guess.
Yeah, I feel like if and when people call in, we're just going to have to bounce back to the beginning every single time.
Or just be like, hey, do you have any thoughts on beep?
It's going to be like hard reset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad this is finally happening. This is going to be a beast to edit because I'm going to put in music and everything.
Jesus.
Yeah. So before we get into this, I want to talk about something that I think that the E word is currently having right now.
Okay.
I think the E word is in burnout season.
Burnout season?
Yeah.
As in, like, people are, like, exhausted by us?
I feel exhausted. Like, I haven't listened to emo in a long time. I haven't had anything clever to say on the internet about emo.
I mean, neither have I. Like, we noted last episode, like, I haven't had anything witty to say on Twitter. The last thing I had tweeted from the Eward account was a Wet Hot American Summer quote.
I didn't know what that was.
Oh, you Ruth Buzzy better watch your back. I can't even begin to explain the context of that quote to you.
It's fine. What else is burnout season for the E word?
I mean, for real, I really would just rather spend this episode talking about the new Knocked Loose song.
It's great.
It's real good. I think the B-side, Mistakes Like Fractures, which they released as a single a while ago, is better than the new song they actually released today. But I'm still like really, really looking forward to this record. I think Brian's voice sounds really fucking good.
Yeah. Strike this from the episode, but
wait.
That entire tour is a wave.
Okay, you're gonna have to continue to cut things because. Did you see the last minute Chicago show with like Knocked Loose, Code Orange, Harm's Way, and Vane?
And sold it out with 5 hours notice.
Yeah, that show I think is like the lineup of that show is like the big four of late 2010s hardcore.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I mean, Harm's Way maybe not. I don't know. I feel
who would you put in Harm's Way's place there?
I mean, we have like Midwest bias for that.
I don't know, man, because Harm's Way are. I mean, I guess because they're way older. They've been around since like the mid 2000s.
Yeah.
But they like have been doing like they could continue to just get bigger and bigger and bigger with every single release.
Yeah. Which
is really, really cool for me to see. Like, I remember when they were just like a snotty little power violence band playing with Weekend Nachos, and then both those bands kind of like blew up, and then Weekend Nachos kind of wilted, and Harm's Way just continued to get stronger and bigger, much like their singer. This is a podcast about emo.
And I don't even know how much of that would have made the episode, but yeah. But like more about E-word burnout season. I think like scheduling has just become like a little bit of like a headache and makes me less excited. Like we have our 2012 A Decade Under the Influence episode, and we have to fly solo just because of, I don't know, like scheduling. Some of these guests are like very elusive sometimes. Like we just had
and one prospective guest I feel like just kind of flaked, and my connect for that guest, Blade Brown, was like, oh yeah, I'm not shocked. And then the 2012 guest that you're talking about, I feel like I know that they have like discomfort with the lyrical content of the album that won, and so they would rather not like come on and talk about it. But I also would have liked that if they had like said that rather than ghosting. I don't know, like I thought that we had clout finally because we had over 1,000 Twitter followers, but clearly we don't have enough clout to get a fucking text back. We'll never have enough clout to not be left on red.
That 2012 guest is also currently on tour, so I don't know how the fuck it was gonna work out unless we did it like that week. But so anything else for? I mean, I don't know when we're gonna be able to talk about this, but I want to talk about the Kevin DeKett thing. Did you see that shit? Or just basically like the war against music journalism that's going on?
No, I haven't heard anything about this. Please explain.
Oh, really? Okay, well, Kevin DeKett from like Top Shelf went on like a Twitter rant in the middle of the night being like, ever since...
Kevin DeKett went on a Twitter rant?
Okay, yeah. This could easily be like a decade under the influence thing because he's been doing this forever. But Kevin DeKett went on like a Twitter rant in the middle of the night about like, ever since Top Shelf started doing our PR in-house, literally no one has written about a top shelf band. He's like, we're still doing the same cool shit that we've been doing. It's just the fact that we don't have a powerful PR firm behind it with a name that people won't cover our stuff. And he was just like doing a lot of like just saying type of things.
Just saying pisses me the fuck off. When people put just saying like at the end of their sentence, I'm sure I'm guilty of this. Most things that I complain about, I'm guilty of. But like, I know you're just saying it. Obviously, you just said it. Like, I feel like it's like a weird backpedaling maneuver. Anyway, I don't know how I feel about Kevin Duquette's comments there because they come off very bitter.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely see that as a thing. Like, you know, just because it's X publicist for X firm means that someone's inclined to cover your stuff because you know that they have to write about Black Belt Eagle Scout to write about fucking Big Thief. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No. What did you just say? What were those words?
I just said 2 Saddle Creek bands, a small one and a big one.
Okay.
And yes, I know Big Thief is with a different label. Shut the fuck up.
I didn't say anything.
I know, but someone's saying it to their iPhone right now.
Is someone saying it to our iPhone? I don't know how knowledgeable most of our listeners are about like insidery label shit.
We probably have someone listening that listens to indie rock because we had Ian Cohen on the podcast.
Oh, that's true. That's true. We probably have like at least a couple adult contemporary indie listeners in the audience now.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is though, like, what is preventing like those in-house PR people from reaching out to the big publications? I feel like,
see, this conversation started because Kevin tweeted, and people were like, "Music is right now is about connecting the label to the fucking fan base, not the PR person to the pitchfork writer who's gonna blast it out to someone who might click on it."
Yeah, the other thing I was gonna say is, really, how often do counterintuitives bands get written about? But how fucking big are counterintuitive bands?
Exactly.
PR, music journalism, you know, the thing that I really like to do, is basically meaningless in 2019. I guess not meaningless, but in the sense that that it boosts your band's profile. I don't think music journalism does that in any regard anymore. Music journalism exists for people who already know about a band to jerk each other off about their well thought out opinions about said band. It has nothing to do with like exposing new people to it anymore. I don't know.
This is the indie industrial complex. It's like a lot of fake things.
This is an emo. This is hardcore, but I went to a fest in San Antonio last weekend, Hope for Shelter, and the headliner was, or for day one at least, I think day two was I Am, and I don't know anything about that fucking band. But the day one headliner was Race Trader, who, if I am not mistaken, are not currently on like any sort of quote unquote big label. Race Trader has like a lot of history behind that band, and they also like Andy Hurley from Fall Out Boy as their drummer.
Oh.
That might not have been a great example. Okay, so the band that like was just under headlining was Reserving Dirt Naps, a band that I've never even fucking heard of before this fest, but they are also not on a crazy big label. They just had enough clout. They just had the fans.
And did people show up for them? Did they go off for them and stuff, or was it just kind of like people smoking cigs outside?
I smoked cigs outside, but I was one of the few people.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Because I don't really like death metal, and they're more of a death metal-y hardcore band.
Right.
When I did walk inside, like people were going the fuck off for them. I think another thing bands need to be better at is like, you know, you can manufacture a really sick live response, right? Like all you got to do is bring like 4 of your homies from your hometown,
Axe to Grind calls this a cheat code.
Yeah, it's a total cheat code. Roseblood did it at this fest.
Cool.
They had some people come down from. I know one person was from Philly, but they had some people come down from the Northeast to go the fuck off for him and like dogpile and sing the lyrics and whatever, and that automatically made Roseblood seem like way more hype. That's what Vane did at This Is Hardcore back in like 2016.
Vane Windbreaker sold out.
Vane is a windbreaker. That band sounds like a windbreaker. It just kind of pisses me off because there's multiple other avenues of getting people to pay attention to your music now rather than waiting around for Pitchfork or Stereo Gum or Consequence of Sound to do a write-up on you.
But that shit does elevate you. Let's not deny that. Like,
I'm not going to say it doesn't elevate you, but like look at like Heart Attack Man, for example. Like half of that band's fan base is cultivated through Eric being a meme lord.
Yeah.
Great thing about the internet is that it's made self-promotion like completely accessible to everyone.
Ellie, one of the bands in the top 3 of this freshman class have 3 songs out.
That's true. Or at least 3 songs on Spotify. Is that the same on Bandcamp?
Yeah.
Okay, shit. I was like, spoiler alert, it's fucking but I was like, acoustic version? Where's the not acoustic version?
Regardless, I think this whole journalism thing, I mean, we had the Lizzo thing that sucked. Lizzo saying you can't talk about art unless you've performed and shit like that. And then what was the thing that was
shut the fuck up.
I know. Honest to God, shut the fuck up, Lizzo. What was the thing before that? Something else happened with journalism.
I don't know, man. I've been like off the fucking grid. I've been playing Pokemon. Like,
good for you, because all this shit is like really, really getting to me.
It's getting to you. Like I got this new job, and my new job is like very like work intensive. I'm like I basically am like working in a kitchen like nonstop, like lots of cutting and peeling and blending and shit, and
stabbing yourself.
Stabbing myself. I've actually avoided it so far. I think I'm becoming slightly better with knives, but like at the end of the day, I'm so fucking exhausted that all I want to do is like zonk out on the couch, watch TV with my fiance, play fucking Pokemon Yellow, like on my iPhone's Game Boy emulator. I don't need to be like sucked into this drama on the internet anymore. This is Ellie 3.0.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're like an evolution of yourself, like a Pokemon.
I know. You know, it does upset me that people don't peg me as a Charmander. I'm definitely a Charmander.
How are we talking about Pokemon when Ryland hasn't even called in yet?
I know. Yo, you got to cut this out of the pod, but...
You want to talk about the E-Word Freshman Class 2019?
So let's fucking do it, man.
All right. 844 votes for the E-Word Freshman Class of 2019. We had tons of bands, tons of people throwing in disqualified bands. I mean, bands that aren't eligible. But let me see if I can find some bands that just missed the cut.
Oh, we got some runner-ups, some honorable mentions.
I mean, we did this last year where we talked about some runner-ups, but...
yeah, that's true.
I mean, there's going to be a million of them. Barely Civil missed it by like a few votes. 2 years in a row, I feel bad. This Is How It Ended in Tokyo. Also, one from last year did not make it. Nope. I'm surprised Nope didn't make it.
I actually really like Nope, and I know that they have like interest in coming on the pod, so we should reach out to them. It's a bummer they didn't make it. I think they're my personal honorable mention because they fucking rip.
Sonderbombs didn't make it either. Vermont did not make it. Courage Mother, I know Courage Mother was like in the running for like the first couple days. Didn't make it. For Your Health, who, I mean, maybe if this came out like a month later, they might have been near it.
Yeah, because they did that split with Shingard, and I feel like that like kind of boosted their visibility. But For Your Health are an insanely good screamo band. One of like the only current screamo bands that I like.
Yeah. Yeah, they're
Because
super good.
all the other screamo bands that I like went metalcore.
So that's for your health. There's a couple other ones like Good Sleepy, Home Burial.
Home Burial. I know they were real good friends with Darkle.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Yeah. They're
Not shouted them out. Yeah.
Illinois band. One that like I thought might have had a chance, but just didn't get much at all is Bigger Better Son. I don't know if you've heard about this band.
No.
So like Ian Cohen was tweeting about them before they even put out music, and then they put out an album, and it got a lot of traction on our emo, and they sound like this sounds exactly like Oso, and then
Oh no.
and then they're on Seal Mountain Records, which is the Oso label. I mean, it cracked the code there. It's like, okay, so that's why Ian Cohen is talking about it, because Ian Cohen is like #1 Oso fan, I feel like.
I have never heard of this band, and I have never listened to them, but I do really like Oso, who, as I've said before, I think have the potential to be the Jimmy Eat World of this generation. So I will check them out. What are they called again?
Bigger Better Son.
Bigger Better Son.
Yep.
Okay. Is that
full
S-U-N or S-O-N?
S-U-N.
Okay, because I was thinking like Bigger Better Son. I'm like the eldest child.
Yeah.
You know.
But then just people just wrote in stuff that's like not eligible by any means. Like,
yeah. Do you wanna call out the DQ by name or
no?
No. Let's not invite that controversy.
No.
All right. I'm down with that.
So straight up had to disqualify a band that clearly campaigned or signed up for 20 emails to vote themselves onto the list, and the band is neither emo nor popular. So
nor good.
Yeah, so just directly saw through that one. And like this isn't like whenever this was happening, we had like a panel that we could turn to be like, hey, is this band actually big? People were like, yeah, no, that's legit. And then this one was just like, no.
This one was like, who the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, our panel, by the way, consisting of like the Chill Wave homies.
Yeah,
and
it was basically
Collins of Closure.
Yeah. CWR is definitely in the know of what this list is like turning out to be at the time. Yeah, it was definitely like me putting on my tinfoil hat and feeling crazy, but it was just like, yo, is this band actually big? They're like, yeah. But then this one was just like red flag, like, no. Also, like, whenever you would spell something differently, it would register as like a new band, and that's what's happening for this band. So
how did people misspell this band's name, though?
It was space and stuff like that.
Oh
yeah.
Are you gonna have to edit that? So it's like it's bleep space bleep.
All right. So starting from the bottom of the list, we've got number 10, American Spirits.
Periodical cicadas sing in unison tonight. 17 years underground, they emerge to make and die. Life is dark and strange sometimes. The silver line is bright. Periodical cicadas sing in unison tonight.
Formerly my favorite cigarette brand. So do you also think that American Spirit's song Cicadas sounds exactly like Your Deep Rest by the Hotelier?
It sounds like that with like a Mom Jeans guitar tone.
Mom Jeans guitar tone? Fuck. I don't know if I call it Mom Jeans guitar tone. I think Mom Jeans has much worse production than American Spirits on both their records.
I feel like it's like a cleaner version of that or something. Like a cleaner like there's no overdrive on it like the Your Deep Rest has, I guess.
Oh yeah, Your Deep Rest has like a lot of gain. I think this band is pretty good. Like honestly, I could see like either this band or Nope being in like the top 10, like the 10 spot, you know? I think the vocals are really good.
Yeah.
I really like the vocals in this band.
I like really like I listened to them when they started getting posted and tweeted about and stuff, and I was like, yeah, great, cool. And then for this list, I've been like really diving in these bands. I think this is like my top 3 favorites on the list, actually. Like, I really fucking like this band.
I think I have a very different top 3.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying that with comments, but I'm saying like I really fucking like this band right now. I think this band is like extremely well produced.
Yeah, definitely.
Like everything cuts through perfectly, and I could hear it all. It's all mixed super well. I just think like their hooks are so great. Like it's like one of those things where like I think their verses are just as good as their choruses, and I'm like a whore for shit like that.
I mean, I agree that their hooks are pretty good. I guess maybe like I'm getting them like they have like an association in my mind with another band on this list that I like less, but
is it
so? I think so. Like that is like unfairly dragging American Spirits down, but I will admit that they are very good at what they do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even if it's not like my exact thing.
I mean, I kind of draw a comparison to like a modern baseball, in which there's like nothing extremely technical about them.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like Jesus Christ, modern baseball. I almost said American football. Fucking kill me. Modern baseball like had a little bit of intricacy when like they wanted to, but they used that as like a backseat to the hooks.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I guess I could see American Spirits falling into that like same lane. All right.
Yeah.
This conversation is making me like American Spirits more. So good work.
I also don't want to go unknown that like this band's from Bowling Green, and they like run a venue there called the Summit Shack that people just love, and I think they put on that Faux-Chilla thing, which was like emo Twitter and our emo like fest basically.
Yeah.
Whenever you can make something like make a scene in the middle of nowhere, just ultimate props to you.
Props to American Spirits.
Yeah.
And for anyone listening, my favorite color of American Spirit is light green. If you don't want to buy that for me.
Is that also turquoise? There's a green cigarette one.
There's a light green and a dark green.
Oh,
there's also a light blue and a dark blue.
But there's also yellow.
There is a yellow. There's also black and red.
Did not know that.
Yeah.
American Spirits got 2 EPs. Is that right? Yeah, they're both EPs. One of them is called Nowhere Near Perfect, and then they got the one from late last year called No One Cares About Your Band. Both of them are really good, and I think they've definitely like shown improvement upon them, because I think that No One Cares About Your Band is fantastic. Are they signed to anyone? Are they working with anyone?
No, not that I know of.
Doing it on their own. Number 9. We've got former guest of the pod, Closure.
I can't believe it, I feel so miserable. Watching anime, fuck, I'm out of control. I'm asleep to my misleads. I'm a victim to my worries. Another boring analog to my stories. I tell myself they're no more. If I could be something, then I could learn to love.
I fucking hate this band.
Great people, hate the music though.
Total friendcore. No, here's the thing. Like, I desperately wanted to actually not like Closure. Like, so I could be like, Collins, you're great, but I fucking hate your band. But unfortunately, Closure is actually pretty good. Like, unfortunately for me. But, like, yeah, they're, like, super listenable. Collins has a good voice, and it's, like, tearing me up inside to say that. Like, all I wanted to do with this section was just bag on Collins, like, mercilessly. But shit, homie can write.
Yeah, Colin's vocals are just wonderful. They're, like, very calming, but also, like, I don't want to hear these songs with, like, a shitty vocalist, and so Collins just, like, works in there perfectly, and very confident singer, too. I think both the EPs are just as good as each other. I don't know if you have like a preference.
I think the new stuff is better.
Okay.
I normally am of the opinion that like DIY bands need a couple releases to like find their voice, you know.
And
So
in case of bands lately, they need to put out like 6 EPs before they put out a full length.
and then the first full length is really fucking good, and then they get boring.
Yes.
That's how. It
Yep.
is.
Yep.
Yeah.
You Only Made a Moonlight. It's a new one that came out on Chillwave's record label.
Yep.
I have a note here that I call their twinkles very silky. Like, there's something extra smooth and like easy to listen to. It's guitar tone, but it's also like, it's kind of like the interplay between both the guitars. Like, and there's like song structure here too. Like, it's not just like very masturbatory where it's just like listen to like 8 twinkles that just go nowhere.
Yeah, there's not 10 million different noodles slammed in to a one song. It's like there's a central idea and they just follow through on it, which I personally prefer. When I hear like clean twinkles, that to me is like that's sparkle punk. Closure sparkle punk.
Really? I mean, like, to me, it's almost. I think like sparkle punk is way sloppier though. I mean,
I don't know. Sparkle punk is a wide range.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a wide range. There's sloppy sparkle punk, and then there's tight, clean sparkle punk. Like, bottom line is Closure is like pretty good. And at this point, the E-word cinematic universe is very incestuous. Like, now that we're like being uploaded by Chillwave and have Chillwave Records guests, I feel like we got bought out by Chillwave Enterprises. I was talking to Chillwave today, and he was like, "I don't like Title Fight,"
What?
and that made me like very upset. I like said I respect Title Fight more than 99% of the bands that you upload, and he was like, "Careful, you're gonna get the E-word canceled." But also, I don't think he was joking.
Okay, here's a funny thing that I forgot to send to our group chat. My friend is drumming for the Sonderbombs right now, and I guess the Sonderbombs just played with Sweet Peach, and he said, "Yo, I met Chillwave." I didn't know where he was, so I was like, "Holy fuck, send me a pic." And then he sent me a pic of Ben. And I was like, "That's bad." He's like, he said he was Chillwave.
The fucked up thing is, like, I've said Chillwave's name on this podcast before we ever thought to like make it this big mystery. So like, if you go back far enough, you can find me talking about Chillwave and like giving his first name. But it's Ben and Robert are not Chillwave. They're Chillwave intern.
But either way, Closure, it's cool as bands like really taken off. Like, I feel like a lot of people are finding out about them. They've been getting a lot of our emo love, and not in the way that like Chillwave people are uploading their music and posting it on our emo. It's like people finding out about them and stuff. And as we talked about with Collins, like Collins has been doing this shit for a while, so it's cool that this is the one that's, you know, taken off, I guess you can say.
Yeah, I hope it continues to take off, because pretty soon Collins is going to be too fucking old to do this shit.
Is Collins old?
Collins is old.
Okay.
Collins is like a fucking teacher. Like, he's been through grad school and shit.
Collins is American football.
I think. I have no idea how old Collins is. He could be 20 or 30.
I mean,
like,
I'm almost 30, so
he could be 40. I have no fucking clue. He looks like Richard Spencer.
What the fuck?
Got a neo-Nazi haircut. Just saying. Just saying.
I like how like last time we did this, it was like people that like we like probably shouldn't be shitting on. Like, I don't mean just like ragging on, but like now we have like a lot of personal connections to these bands, so whatever. Number 8 is Shin Guard.
You lost everything and you will start again. You will lose your way until you don't know why.
fucking love this band. I think this is probably my favorite band on our top 10.
I mean, Shinguard's got my album of the year right now.
Really?
Yeah.
No, my album of the year is still Heart Attack Man. But
That's your album of the year.
so far,
Cool.
it's Fake Blood, yeah. But Shinguard is like fucking incredible. Like vocals, rhythm section, guitar work, fucking stellar.
Guitar
like
was insane.
nothing to complain about. I mean, 2020 is amazing. Their new split with For Your Health is incredible. Like, honestly, with a band that I like this much, it's hard for me to even, like, say anything about them. Like, all I can say is go fucking listen to this band.
This isn't really talking about the music, but apparently this would kind of make them ineligible, but it's not because it's not released anymore. But apparently they have shit that goes back years. That's like Twinkle, and it's under the name Shinguard. I mean, it's been wiped, it's been scrubbed, but someone told me this.
Okay, well, I personally don't care because Twinkle is bad. So, they didn't become who they were meant to be until they started doing Screamo.
For sure.
And they're probably like the best like new pure Screamo band working right now.
That's what you call them, pure Screamo?
I mean, they're not metalcore Screamo,
Sure.
you know. So, you know, they're not fucking Binary or Risk Me Razor. So,
But I feel like they're kind of more than just a Screamo band, because they have these, like, I mean, on 2020, there's songs that have like multiple like movements, I guess. Like I think the song Sure, like it goes into that like kind of dreamy, like almost Death Heaven kind of sounding thing at the end.
all right. So, I think that's a thing that Screamo's been doing for a long time. You know, Envy does that shit.
Yeah,
And Shinguard does it in a very like concise way as well.
exactly. It's like it's kind of like truly Shinguard style.
And can we please, like, before we do anything else, talk about that riff in Kennedy? You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's
The crazy fucking riff.
nuts.
DIY Fall of Troy riff.
Yes, exactly what
God.
it is. It's Fall of Troy.
It's so good, though.
But then after that song, it gets like into these nutso blast beats until it ends. It just like shoots it into outer space. Like Kennedy is, there won't be a better song this year. No matter who puts out music, there won't be a better song to me this year.
That's exactly what I said when Jeff Rosenstock put out We Cool in 2015. I said Jeff Rosenstock wrote all the best songs this year. Shinguard is easily the best band coming out of Pittsburgh right now. Probably the best band coming out of the East Coast. 50% likely to be the best band in America. That's what I'm saying.
Wow. Ellie.
Yeah.
All right. I feel like Shinguard's gonna blow up. Do you think so? Like, do you think that they're gonna be like following something like a See You Space Cowboy pattern or anything?
I mean, honestly, I want to stop comparing Screamo bands to See You Space Cowboy.
Okay, but they're a band that like got lifted and take.
That's true. That's true. But like, I can definitely see them blowing up. You know why? Because like, most of the time, our emo doesn't give a shit about Scrams.
I know.
But they really back Shinguard.
Yeah.
And that's sick. And that means that Shinguard has broader appeal than most Scrams bands. Like Diana Crawls or fucking Youth or I'm trying to think of like what's the other fucking hype band in Scram Cave right now. Even fucking Coma Regalia, who are legends. Like they are not getting the love that Shinguard is getting on our emo right now.
It's true. I mean, 2020 came out on like apparently my friend's ska label or something. Flower Pot Records. Apparently they released a bunch of ska and then they put out Shinguard.
Wait. You're friends with someone who is friends with Wes Meadows?
Yeah.
Oh shit, I'm friends with Wes Meadows.
Okay. But then this Death of Spring EP is on Middleman, which is definitely like a destination label for Scrams and Screamo.
Middleman is not like a destination label. It is Sean Decker putting the spotlight on any band that they want to put out. It's not like bands are like starting and being like, oh, it's their dream to get signed to Middleman. That's like the big DIY label, because Middleman honestly is not like a quote unquote huge DIY label.
But
But
do you think people are checking out everything that's on Middleman?
yes.
I think that's what I mean. Like, people will listen to
Okay.
anything that's on Counterintuitive because it's out on Counterintuitive.
Oh no, I don't.
What? Oh,
I don't.
You personally don't.
Well, me and Blade Brown, I guess.
Talk about like the two biggest contrarians or against the grain motherfuckers in emo.
Blade actually called me the Scrams version of him like a month ago.
Perfect. Okay, I think we do need to talk about like, I don't know, for like this being like screamo, it's
pretty emo for screamo.
yeah, but there's something accessible about it. Like, it's not just like bleeding throat screamo, like harsh as fuck to listen to. It's like produced in a way that's pretty accessible.
I think it's the reason that like Knocked Loose are also big, in that the vocals are intelligible.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I think the production has a little bit to do with it, but mostly it's the way that the singer enunciates.
Yeah.
Different types of screams. Like, people aren't gonna get into screamo and immediately get into like kitten core.
Right.
They're not immediately gonna get into like the bird screech vocals.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we've talked quite a bit about Shin Guard. So let's talk about a band that probably has not been mentioned on this podcast before. Is that accurate, do you think?
Is this Kara Kara?
This is Kara Kara.
I think the reason they haven't been mentioned on this podcast before is that they like aren't emo.
Yeah, I know. As soon as this like made the list, I was like, all right, like, is this actually
That's
emo?
weird. It's weird that they made the list, right? Like,
I mean, I put some bands on...
I'm not gonna say they campaigned.
No,
I'm not saying that. But like,
this is a big band.
They have like what, like 100,000 plays on Spotify.
They have
Like, something
like
like that.
big likes and follows, and have done like opening slots on tours, I believe.
But like, their related artists are like Chastity.
To be fair, Chastity is a lot of related artists for like a lot of shit.
This is a band that I never listened to before like preparing for this episode.
See, something that I also was like, does this belong in here? And like, yeah, they I guess they do, is the fact that they are in our emo. They have a lot of posts in our emo, and Ian Cohen did an interview with them about a month ago. So I mean, like, they're in this world, but like, to me, it's not really emo-ish at all. They've recorded with Will Yip. I guess all of it adds up to like, yeah, they can totally be on this list. They're from Philly.
They're a Jace.
Yeah, they're
Jace. There's another band on this list, much higher up, that I also think is like not even emo, but Kara Kara is closer than them. So I think Kara Kara's got they build up very well. They have like a good grasp of like dynamics, and I think that's like one of the most important things you can have as a songwriter, is making sure that your song like builds, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I would not say that Kara Kara is my personal thing, though.
Yeah, to me, like, this is not something that I'm looking for. I mean, it's like wickedly produced. Like, it's super slick. I mean,
oh yeah.
Before they were recording with Will Yip, you could tell that like they would do something with Will Yip. Very like dreamy. Oh, what the fuck? Jake from Modern Baseball mixed and has worked with them in the past.
Okay, that settles it. Kara Kara is clearly right?
Yeah.
That's how this works?
Yeah. So it's super clean, like indie leaning in the way that like, you know, like they could totally be like an opener for boxing.
Oh sure.
I know some people that are like really into this band, and people really love that full-length Summer Megalith. Is that how you say that?
I don't know. I listened to Better.
Yeah, but there's like a full length from 2017. That's the one that was produced and worked on with Jake.
If there is any band on this list that does not need us to shout them out, it's probably this one.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because it seems like if we were gonna tag all of these bands on a list, that Kara Kara would be the one that doesn't retweet it.
Yeah.
Which is such a specific thing to say.
This is a band that has the PR agent that Kevin Duquette is jealous of.
Do you have anything else to talk about with Kara Kara?
Keep on keeping on. You're good at what you do, and I'm pretty sure that they will never listen to nor care of our opinion of them.
All right.
So this is going to be an old school, long as fuck episode, Kyle.
I know.
Let's keep going. Let's talk about Riley.
Okay. So, number 6, we got Riley.
It was dark on the drive home, and I don't think I've ever felt so alone. But you were in the car sleeping, and I was driving and singing softly to Nevermind for the second time. Yeah, I put it on repeat on these kind of nights. On these kind of nights. I don't think I'll ever finish school. If I shotgun beer and smoke weed, will you think I'm cool?
Oh, you're done with your intro, you narcissistic motherfucker.
For editing, I want to make it clean. I want to make it sound Kara Kara clean.
This is a band that I cannot decide if I like or not. Like I've gone back and forth on them so hard. Like my roast of them was like probably genuine at the time.
Was that the no way?
Like, yeah, that was the one where they're like, wait, no. Like, I don't. There's like some stuff that they do that I'm down with, and then there's other stuff where it's just like, how can this possibly be more generic? I don't know. They're everything about the scene distilled into one package, but like not in a good way, but also not in a bad way, and it's really upsetting to me.
So the first time, I mean, you can go back to last year in E-Word episodes, and I remember when Riley was popping off at first, I talked about them, and I was like, this sounds like a less bummed version of Mom Jeans or something like that.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Exactly.
this Riley was the first band I was like, oh shit, we're getting bands that are like becoming derivative of something that's like happening current, that's like not that's like not even blown up to its full potential yet, and we're already getting bands that sound like it. And Riley was that band that made me think of it. I also didn't hate it because I think there's something really charming about Riley.
I mean, they're charming. I know they have like a serious like emo project. Like, I don't know the name of it, but I know they have like something that's like less memey. The thing about Riley is, even though there is like some sort of charm to it, it's also inherently a Xerox of a Xerox of a Xerox. Like, you know, Mobo was already like kind of a sanded down version of early emo revival, and then Mom Jeans was an even more sanded down and accessible version of modern baseball, and now Riley is an even more sanded down and accessible version of Mom Jeans. It's becoming more and more incestuous influence-wise. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I definitely see it, and I definitely hear it.
So, I mean, I'm not one to be like, oh, your band's not original enough, because, like, originality is overrated, in my opinion. But, I don't know, can Riley, like, bring something? You bring something? No.
They are, like, working hard. They're on third row? Is that true?
Are they on third row?
I think they're on third row.
I don't want Riley to like listen to this, because I'm sure they will, and think that I like hate their band, because I don't. You
Aren't
know,
you in the
I have a
same
real fun
city?
time when I listen.
Aren't they from Austin?
They're from the 512, I think. Yeah. Yeah. I don't want to get beaten up.
I think that you can
I'm just
beat all those members up.
I don't know, man. I'm a pretty weak Guerra. I can't do shit.
Okay. One of them's wearing a Protest the Hero shirt in the picture.
Never mind. I can beat up anyone who likes Protest the Hero. Like, I have a fun time when I listen to them, but also, like, there's something in the back of my head that just is telling me, like, but why do you like this? Like, are you...
I think
It's like this weird little nagging thing telling me that I shouldn't.
Okay.
They all seem like cool people, though. Like, they have a real good social media presence.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Oh shit.
Oh, shit. Oh, Tyler!
Oh, this is Tyler. Hi.
Yo.
What's up? We're talking about Riley.
Oh, Tyler, I'm, like, mad that you popped in because now I get to be distracted by your super cute profile picture again.
I'm glad that it's good for something. That's all I can really ask for.
Do we want to catch Tyler
Oh,
up
okay.
on the past 5 bands?
Sure.
So we talked about American Spirits.
Oh yeah, I love American Spirit. Phenomenal.
Sick. We talked about Closure.
Yes, Closure are. So I've been Facebook friends with the guitarist and vocalist of Closure for like years.
Oh yeah.
And he's been like supporting Stars for like years, and I had no idea like that it was the same person until like very recently. Because like,
I mean, like, case in point.
Yeah, but yeah, now I know, and it's great and it's cool. So shouts out to Closure. That band's good.
I don't know. I take any opportunity to bag on Collins, like, hard. Like, I wanted to not like Closure because of like how much I like making fun of Collins. But they're good, unfortunately.
Unfortunately. Shingard? I've seen that name on the internet 5,000 times, but I don't think I've listened to them.
Tyler, we know you like Fall of Troy because you're in Stars Hollow, so you should listen to Shingard.
Okay, here's the thing. You want to know some batshit crazy shit? I have not heard a single Fall of Troy song besides FCP Remix.
All right, but you've listened to Dance Gavin Dance, so you've heard the boneless version of Fall of Troy.
Oh yeah, I love boneless versions of things. Yeah. Dance Gavin Dance is amazing. So that makes sense.
I mean, as we've already discussed, I'm the boneless version of Blade Brown. So.
Oh yeah, that kind of makes sense. Not even in a bad way. It just like makes sense in a neutral way.
Yeah.
And we just talked about Karakara.
Karakara.
I have not even heard of that one. Where are they from?
Sick. We're in the same. They're from Philly.
Philly.
Their debut record, apparently, I just learned, was produced by Jake Ewald.
Oh, really?
And then,
Yeah.
and then they did something for Will Yip, produced by Will Yip on Will Yip's label.
Oh no shit. That's crazy. Okay, I feel like I'm like missing, but that's cool. I'll have to listen.
Yeah,
to
but they
that.
don't sound like emo, is the thing.
Oh,
Like,
really?
Yeah, they sound like dreamier, more indie.
Turnover, I guess.
More pitchforky.
Yeah, like.
I guess Turnover, but like
that dream poppy.
they're like Strange Rangery.
Is it more like Title Fight leaning? Oh, okay, that makes sense. That
No,
also makes
Title
sense as to
Fight.
the whole.
I like Title Fight more.
You like Title Fight more. Well, that's a pretty fair thing to say considering
Yeah.
Title Fight.
I mean, I could say that about like
3,000 years.
almost any band. Yeah.
That's fair.
And we're currently talking about Riley.
Yeah.
That's the band that did the American football cover,
Yep.
right?
Which we didn't get
Yes.
to yet.
Okay. Sorry for the spoilers. I apologize.
What are your takes on Riley?
I've only listened to one other song besides that cover. It's a good band. I mean, like, I didn't listen to it and get angry, like in a bad way.
I am mad at it. I am mad at Riley a little bit, but like, I also don't necessarily not like them.
Riley kind of broke you because you don't know which end you're on. You don't know if you like them or you dislike them. So I feel like they like broke you.
Yeah. For Cheem is at the same place with me, by
That's
the way.
right.
Yeah, I'm like I have very polarized opinions within myself about Cheem. Like,
So what do you like about Riley, and what don't you like about Riley?
I like the fact that they are like pleasant to listen to. I like the fact that they are catchy. I like the fact that they have a song about suffering from toxic masculinity. Thing that I don't like is, as I was saying earlier, the fact that they sound like a copy of a copy of a copy. That the influences have become so incestuous that it just feels like it feels like someone. The Riley is just one of the molds that someone has in an emo factory that you pour like molten hot twinkle into, and then you let it cool, and it comes out like picture perfect, like every single other band.
Yeah, that makes sense to me, in the sense that like I feel like that happened, like with pop punk. I feel like that happened between like 2015 and 2016. Was like it just became like every band you heard became that. So like that makes sense in the sense that emo's probably getting about to that point where it's just like so many influences like cramming into one that are like, and if it's are Riley, is it a younger band? Like, is everyone in that band younger?
I don't know if they're necessarily younger, because like I said, they have like another serious project.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, but I think Riley is the one that's blowing up more than their serious one, which is like, uh-oh.
Are they like a weed band?
Yeah,
they're a weed band, big time.
See, yeah, I'm like over weed bands, but like from what I've heard, I think that band is cool. But I'm over weed bands, but that band is cool. So that's my duality right there. So
I'm over weed bands. I want fucking ketamine bands.
Double down, you know. That's
ketamine cat.
There's a really good weed band on this list. I'll say that.
That is.
Oh,
true.
there is. I peeped it earlier, and
that's the other band on this list that I don't think is emo at all, but I do like them.
Okay.
Interesting.
So let's get into number 5, unless we have more for Riley.
No,
Nah,
I have nothing
cool
else for
band.
Riley.
Probably gonna do cool stuff.
Yep.
Just
I'm sure that by the time they put out their next full length, they'll have like grown into themselves more, and I will like it.
Number
Jail Socks.
Number 5 is Jail Socks.
If I don't die, well, I guess it's just a normal outcome. But I'm just overreacting. You're not really good at that. You tell me you should not be the other day. Now it sounds like you drive me away. We made friends with some fucking boy. But it won't let it end this way. I hope you go to New York. I hope you get away from here. It's Christmas.
I love your stuff.
6 songs.
We played with them. So we toured with. When did we play with them? When we toured with Charmer last summer in June, we played with Jail Socks in North Carolina, I think.
Yeah, they're from North Carolina.
Gotcha, that makes sense then. And like they just started playing, and you know, like it was pretty late into the tour, and so at that point you just kind of get to a point where the locals are just like, like if you're intriguing, I'll stay and watch you, but otherwise I'm probably gonna just like chill on my phone or something, which might be shitty to say, but
It's the reality of the situation. Damn, normally I'm the one who sounds like a robot.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna be stoked on every band every night, you know, like bands that cover like "Damn It" by Blink-182 and shit. Like, I'm not gonna bring the cool.
I want to hear "Damn It."
I just like had wide eyes, and I was like, "Damn, what you want to hear? Damn it, what, Ellie?"
I want to hear "Damn It" every night. Every time I go to a show, I want to hear that band cover "Damn It." I've been wanting to hear
that song for so many years. It's just over. That song is like the worst thing ever, in my opinion, these days.
No, I think that song might be like in my top 5. Maybe it might be my favorite song of all time. I'm not kidding.
That is the least on brand thing.
What are you talking about? I love Blink-182. This is part of my brand.
But if it makes you happy, see, but damn it, I don't.
What's wrong? Fuck you, Tyler. Can we get
anyway?
Tyler off?
Moving on. Jail Socks, saw them on tour, and I was like, "Holy shit, this is super cool!" And they were just a 2-piece.
Oh, I didn't know that was ever a thing. Cool.
And I was like, Yeah, that was a thing. And then their bassist is the vocalist of other but it was incredible. And I was just like, this band is super cool. And then they started actually getting like traction, and I was super stoked because bands don't like, get picked up and going that fast, but they were super quick about it. So it's cool.
So I think the thing that we gotta talk about is basically the difference between the songs on No Promises versus the Placeholder EP, because they got heavier, and I guess going from a 2-piece to something like more full band is probably the reason there. But like there's so much more low end in that Placeholder split, and it's really fucking cool. It sounds super cool, because I wasn't really into the No Promises that much. I feel like it was just like good riffs, but then like these other two songs are leagues better.
Yeah, I agree with that. And that's I think the first thing
they signed a No Sleep.
What?
No Sleep, right? Okay.
Yeah, which is much less money than Triple Crown, but it's still money. That's baller.
I mean, No Sleep's on the come up once more.
Yeah, I mean, I think, was it the last episode y'all were talking about? Yeah, it was like the 2011 episode, and you were talking about how they used to have like that just like huge era of like the Wonder Years and like Touche. And feels like it's back to getting like on that track, which is sick.
It's so nice to have a guest who listens to us.
I do. I regularly do. It's like usually you put episodes out on like a Monday or a Tuesday, and like Tuesdays are when I do like running and shit at the gym, and so I can just like listen to the whole thing and then be done with my shit. So it's like it's easy. It's good.
You run for 4 hours?
I mean, your new episodes are like, a solid hour and a half. You guys have really cut that down.
Yeah, this episode's gonna really be a throwback, I think.
but deservedly so, because it's a big episode.
Yeah.
True.
Well, yeah, this is the first episode I listened to that you guys did was last year, the freshman class episode. So I mean, like,
that was a big episode for us. Yeah.
It was cool. Like, that was like what introduced me to a bunch of bands on that list. And I know that's how Liam from Commander started listening to us. So it's like, it's cool. Connects bands and shit,
Anyway, Jail Socks. I don't know how I feel about this band either, but not in the sense that like, oh man, I got two conflicting feelings, but like just the fact that they hit me squarely in the middle. I don't like them, but I'm not mad at them, and they just do their thing. And I wouldn't like go outside and smoke a cigarette during their set, but I'm also not gonna be like wilding out,
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Meow.
Right? Is that you?
What's good? What's good?
What's up? Do you know who this is?
Tyler.
Yeah, what's up?
Not much, man. Just got home from work. How are you?
Oh, I just got done with work, but I just pulled over in a parking lot to do this because I was very excited.
I was
So-
totally,
That's so
if I
sick.
drove to work, I would have done that shit.
Yeah, that's the
But
way.
you know how it is.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
We're talking
All
about
right,
Jail
okay,
Socks.
catching Ryland up to speed now.
Do we want to catch Ryland up now?
Okay, yeah. Let's
What
go
are
from
we
the bottom.
Yeah.
All right.
Hard reset.
How do you feel about American Spirits, our number 10?
Dope as fuck. Played with them a couple times. They're super nice, awesome people, great band. Amazing.
Shouts out Connor.
Number 9.
Oh, Connor is really funny. I will say that. I really like Connor's social media presence.
They do have
Yes.
great social media presence. I will say that.
Number 9 is Closure.
Closure's dope. That's good emo music.
Number 8 is Shin Guard.
Oh, yes. That's a great band. They're so fucking cool, too. They're so dope. Pittsburgh is so cool, and we played our first Pittsburgh show ever with them. They go dummy hard. They played pretty much most of 2020 before it was even recorded. It was pretty dope.
Sweet.
So, you could say, yeah, I'm hip to them.
Fuck yeah.
Number 7, the anomaly to this list so far, because all three of us weren't familiar. Kara Kara.
I've never heard of this band.
Okay, we're glad we're all on the same
Sick.
page.
4 for 4 here.
So they had a
Like
full
what?
length.
Like how?
They had a full length recorded by Jake for Modern Baseball, and Will Yip just released.
Wait.
produced.
Here's the
wait.
craziest. Okay.
I have totally heard of that band. Then they're from Philly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Fuck.
never mind. I heard.
I was
the
about to
single-
say the biggest band on this fucking list none of us have heard of. Like,
I heard the single that they put out off of that record. Yes.
okay.
I just didn't recognize the name until just now. You know how it is. Yes.
Well, how do you
Ryland actually listens to music.
No, that's a lie. But no, yeah, from what that song was pretty good. It was really good, actually.
How does Ryland have time to listen to music when he's so busy writing all the music?
No.
Like all the songs.
Every single song.
Every single one.
You know, I ask myself that all the time. It's weird. I don't have that much time to listen to music anymore because I'm working like 50 hours a week, and basically the music that I do listen to is either like Claude Debussy or Choco Captain Chunk. So there's no
The
real,
duality of man.
and I don't get much of the new exposure either. So it's like it's kind of sticking with two classics, you know. Can't miss.
You gotta.
And
Ryland, by the way, I just want to say your music videos have been really fucking sick.
Oh,
Oh,
thank
yeah,
you.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
I
I've skilled it
appreciate
on this.
we just talked about Riley.
Riley is cool. That's that weed shit, right?
One of them.
Yeah.
That's cool. Riley's music is pretty cool. Weedmo is not totally my thing anymore. Weedmo, emo, weed emo.
Yeah, that's what we were just talking about too.
Yeah, we can't say weed pop anymore because that was
That's-
canceled.
That
That's
died
canceled.
with the band it died
Yeah.
with.
Weedmo is like, I don't know.
Oh.
It'd be cooler if I was like, I don't know. I feel old for not liking it, but I'm not that old.
Well, we were talking about Jail Socks when you joined.
Oh, they're so good.
You like them?
Oh,
Yeah.
Man, I joined at the perfect time. Jail Socks, you know, I've been screaming about Jail Socks since the day they dropped those first two singles on Spotify.
Mhm.
Like I found them on the sub, and I was like, oh my god, this is the best thing ever. And I was like showing them all my friends, like, yo, get hip to this twinkly band. Like I used to like bug Lex from Chatterbot, be like, listen to this, put this shit out. This is so good. This is like the best thing I've ever heard in my entire life. And people were just like, okay, whatever, fuck you. Like, because I don't know, people don't trust that I like shit. But then like exactly a year later, they start blowing the F up, and then I'm just sitting here like, maybe y'all should have listened to me when I said that the first time. So yeah, now I mean I love that Jail Socks is getting the love that they deserve because they're really, really the chillest people. Sick band, amazing band alive. They put on such a good show. And they're ultimately the homies. They're so cool to hang out with and chill with and just talk about stuff. They unapologetically like their own stuff, just like we do. So it's super cool.
You know, I feel that. I think that the E Word is like the best podcast in the world. So I like when artists like their own shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not in a
It's
way.
like who else?
But not in a way that Kevin Smith loves Kevin Smith movies.
Well, Kevin Smith sucks, so like anything he does like in his Kevin Smith way is gonna be annoying to me.
For sure.
Number
4 on the list is Guitar Fight from Fooly Cooley.
I don't like the way this night is looking. I'm losing the lights, so no one's speaking it. Sit and wait for something cool to happen. Wait for you to show up. I just miss you so. I'm on the tide, I don't need this in a ride. To know that I love you is all I need is you.
Woo!
Oh shit! This is the band that I don't like.
You see,
I didn't think to actually slam them like
we've
this.
exchanged messages, and you said LOL guitar fight from Fooly Cooly. I was like, wait, what? Why?
Because they're like huge. They're like blowing up right now.
They need better, like, okay, really cool songs, really cool riffs, super creative. They need better recordings.
All right,
Really.
I can speak to this. That EP was recorded with one mic.
Okay, that's the classic. Yeah.
Okay, but that's sick. The recording is my favorite part of their sound.
Oh, come on.
Yeah,
Dude.
like
Okay, you know
I
how
think
I-
I think the vocals sound sick.
The
like-
vocals sound fucking dope, but you know what's like kind of cool on the low is that like they might be recording an LP with me.
Oh, that's sick.
I think that's kind of exciting to me, at least.
I
No,
mean,
that's
it's cool.
So,
When you have,
Glad they're
you have
becoming. I don't wish them not to be popular.
oh yeah, no, I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying in terms of recording quality,
Okay.
it'll be
Ah.
like a step above that, but it'll still sound bad because I don't know how to do that.
no,
Okay.
dude,
Will they know how to write riffs by then?
Given that they do now, yeah.
You're ruthless.
I think this band is sick, and I think they like really like come at the songs with like some fucking fire in their belly. I instantly thought this band kind of sounds like Commander Salamander too. Am I wrong?
They write like people who watch Fooly Cooly would write. So I think it's all pretty spot on. I agree. They sound a lot like, they have the same like energy as Kama Salad does, without sounding like super, like, I don't know, not super similar, but it's still like the same like energy.
It's like very
they're very much the
staccato,
same
and then
thing.
like
Texture.
yeah.
Okay, so I get why y'all like Guitar Fight from Fooly Cooly, because they are to Stars Hollow and Kama Salad and Gami as Riley is to Mom Jeans. Like the eager little siblings.
I mean,
You think so?
I do think so. I think they like I don't think that they are biting your sound, but that they're heavily influenced by it.
are they young? How old are they?
They're like high schoolers, right?
High school and 1 year after high school.
What the fuck is up with all these young kids writing good music now?
Right.
Fucking weird. I'm like 25 and I'm like just now writing shit that's like passable.
Right. I like just turned 21 and they make me feel old as fuck. Right.
Shut the fuck up.
They do
Yeah,
to all
that's-
these kids.
Yeah,
They're like,
Kyler.
oh, I'm so good at music. And I'm like, dang. I wish I was that like confident in my son when I was in high school. That's
Yeah, in
really-
high school I was playing Easy Core, so like it was pretty
Wait,
sick.
okay, that was pretty.
Oh, so, yeah. In high school, Tyler was actually cooler than any of us.
I was playing acoustic living room shows with Intuit over it while playing breakdowns on an acoustic guitar. So I'm cooler than everyone here. We know
Yeah.
that now.
I was
That's
in
so
a fake
fucking
radio
sick.
band.
Oh no.
Damn.
Yeah, with Pat.
Oh shit! Tell me about that. Fuck. Okay. I didn't know. I forgot Pat was part of that.
Yeah, that's
I
how
didn't
much-
realize Pat was a fucking movie star until I
That's
watched
it.
the
Can't
music
he
videos.
like act? Can't that man act? Like,
He can act and he's got a good jawline. That's what.
That's what I'm thinking. He's got like lead actor good looks.
yeah, like I was saying, like I wouldn't be surprised if someone saw that and be like, "Is that like a band member or an actor?" Like he's got that face, bro. Like he looks he looks like he could be in World War Z or something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's spot on. Like
Like,
imagine
Well,
blood on his face, you know, and then
here's my take. Ryland, don't get me twisted because you're cute, all right? But Pat looks like the lead singer.
That's true. Pat was like the lead singer if we were like 2012, like Run for
Oh yeah.
Four.
If you were like hit the lights or some shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he looks more like if you sounded like Breaking Benjamin, he would be singing. Is how I see.
No, I see him as like a lost for words singer.
Oh, I
like-
see. Okay. No,
Yeah.
no, I'm sticking with Breaking Benjamin. It's
Okay.
cooler. Are we
Oh.
still talking about who are we talking about? Guitar fight?
Yeah,
Talking about
Guitar
guitar
fight.
fight.
Okay.
I drifted
on the list.
because I don't want to get caught out shitting on this band. Because
the best band on the list.
again, I don't
Say.
hate them. Like,
Not your cup
I
of
know.
tea. It's cool to say that it's not your cup of tea because, like,
Wait, didn't
I'm
you
super
lead with
bad
this,
at
the
things.
band I hate?
huh?
what?
Ellie, didn't you lead with this is? Oh, you led with this is the band I don't like.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the band I don't like. I didn't say
Okay.
that I hate them.
You didn't say hate.
I stopped.
Like, that
I
would've been
stopped saying
beast.
that I hate bands.
I feel that. I gotta do that. Well, I don't know. I don't have the will to hate something. It's
I
too
mean,
much.
Yeah,
Like-
I won't say I hate things. I refuse to say things are bad. I will never say a band is bad. I'll just
Yeah.
say that I don't like it, you know.
Yeah, this band is not bad. I think for what they are doing, that and the fact that they're like so young, it's actually really fucking cool.
Yeah, it's
but-
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like to me, the riffs just aren't there yet. Does that make sense? Like, I feel like they're not like exploring their full potential with the riff.
I feel like the
because I
riffs
know
are
they
very
can make a
short
fucking riff.
in general. Like,
Yeah.
it's just like like that's it. And I think it's cool. I
That
think
it
it's like
is, yeah.
little machine gun blasts, you know?
Yeah, I guess I guess I'm a little biased too because I've heard a lot of like demos for their like new stuff, like more than what is the material on their debut EP, I think. And it also low key sounds better, like recording quality wise. But
Okay.
the demos, like they have progression. Like I really think that they're learning a lot more about song structure and writing, and they got their sound. Like they know what they want to sound like, you know. And I think that they're getting a lot better at it. And I don't know, that's a really strong foundation for a band that I think is really fun.
Can I just ask, like, how did they
Yeah.
get so big and passed around?
Okay, dead ass. Like I don't want to sound like that motherfucker. But so when we were on tour with Anderson,
Ryland just
They-
said, just saying.
I'm just saying. So what happened when we were on tour with Common Salad? It was the day, I guess it was the last show we played. It was in Charlotte, and we saw something. Claudia saw some shit on Instagram. They got tagged in it. Common Salad did, and it was like, oh, Claudia goes, oh, some band covered Pamela, and I was like, oh fuck, like that's pretty sick. So we watched like the Instagram story or video or whatever. It was the band covering Pamela. And it's a band called Guitar Fight from Fully Cooley. And we were like, what the fuck? Like, that name, bro. Like, wow, that's a lot. And then we were like, damn, let's like listen to this shit or whatever. Let's look them up. And so we did. And then we listened to this shit. We were like, not really know what to expect. And that first song kind of fucking blew my shit out of the water from what I thought it was going to be. And it ended up being pretty fucking dope. Long story short, I guess Liam tweeted about them that day. And then when we got home from that tour, like we both from our band socials tweeted about that shit. And then a bunch of our friends in our circle we'd been sending that shit to, and they were like, "Oh, this is really cool." I guess Dree from Third Row got hip to it when we sent it in a group chat that I'm in with Dree. Dree was like, "This is fucking dope. Like, I want them on our roster." So that happened. I guess they talked real quickly. They're reissuing the EP. I guess that already happened. I pre-ordered it, I think. They did some shirts or whatever, and like it just got on Third Row, and then it was just like, you know, that word of mouth type shit.
Mhm.
They definitely spread around that way. I don't want to be like we just started them or anything, but like
That's how I heard of them.
Ryland is this band fucks right now.
yeah, literally, bro. I'm honestly, I want to say I'm a step above. I feel like I'm like
Orgies.
This band
I'm
Orange.
so- yeah, listen to this shit. Must think I'm an asshole, but I'm just joking.
You're alumni.
Okay,
You can
no.
say this shit.
Fuck.
Oh, you're right. No,
Yeah.
they're really cool, and honestly, they're getting big because they're good. And I think they have like a bunch of different elements of different sounds that a lot of people love in DIY right now. Like you can hear the Kama Salad, like adjacent instrumentals, and then fucking P Daddy adjacent vocals.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
that's pretty cool. Like that's a really good combination. I didn't know I needed until I heard it. I was
That
like, wow.
that acoustic track, super cool.
The acoustic stuff too. You know, they got a lot of variety there.
Yeah.
I think there's something for everybody. Something for
I
everybody
like
in there.
I
For
like
everyone.
so short and that they have a lot of energy, but I think they can do more within that space. And I think that they're going to keep maturing and growing into themselves with the next release. And probably by the next release, I will have come around and
How-
started them. There are seeds being planted here.
Yeah.
I just don't think they're there yet, for me personally.
How much music do they have out?
The EP.
Just just the EP?
Like a 7-track EP.
Okay, yeah, dude. Like, I feel like the first EP that you put out is just like, it doesn't fucking matter as long as
It's a dry run.
Yeah, like our
Yep.
first EP is just like not that good,
Same.
and it's like partially just like literally just like setting the foundation and being like, this is kind of what we're going for, and we're just gonna get better at it, and this is something that we can at least show people to be like, hey, we're a band. So I honestly like first EP just really like it matters, but it's like the least accurate representation of like what a band can be. In my
Right.
opinion.
Yeah.
Is that kind of like how our first episode is a piece of shit?
Yes, exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it's like they're young, and they like already have like a decent backing, and they have an EP out. Like if they just like keep doing what they're doing, then they're gonna like do cool shit. Like they have lots of time.
All right.
They're really nice.
Cool. Number 3 is Ben Quad.
I've been trying all my life to create a certain type of stable aesthetic. Keep it pipe, dream of 5 more minutes of sleep. Seem a little less pathetic. I can't keep up with myself. I can't keep up with myself.
Which we teased as the band that literally has 3 songs on the internet right now.
All 3 of those songs rip.
I haven't heard this band.
I did not hear
Me
about
neither.
them until... I mean, this is one of the bands that I put in my tinfoil hat on. I was like, yo, was this band campaigning or something? And it was confirmed that this
so
band
good.
is popular and good. Where are they from?
Bing.
I have no idea. I know they played here recently, and I like had to miss them.
Are they
They're
like?
so fucking good.
Are they named after an Oliver Houston song? Like, is it like a
This is-
rip on Tom
I
Squad?
thought that.
I think so, actually.
Are they like that kind of style of emo?
I think that
Kinda
they have.
quirky emo.
I mean, they're quirky, but they have like a lot more of like a. I guess I'd almost call it like chaotic sound, but like it's still very catchy. Like a lot of like fast-paced licks, but like overpower chords, so it has like a something to keep it grounded rather than like how Oliver Houston did it, which is just like all over the place.
Yeah.
They're from Oklahoma.
Oh
Yeah. Okay.
I've heard of this
I think the
band.
thing you have? Okay, good. I think the thing that this band does really good is it has like real good shout along bridges at the end of their songs. That's
That's
like
like-
my favorite thing that bands do.
That's like way important. That's like that Marietta shit.
Yeah,
That's
yes.
like-
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
But it's also that like Taking Back Sunday shit, low key.
is what really matters, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
anything from TBS, I'm like, yeah, that's it. That's my shit. I wish I had heard this band so I'd have more to say, but from what everyone else is saying, I probably need to listen to them. So
Yeah. I think I
Yeah.
know someone who knows someone in that band.
That makes sense. That would make sense. They have 3 songs out. They have an acoustic song that is pretty good and like kind of like a sweet, catchy like pop song. They have kind of like a long, slow burner song that is like their most popular one.
Mhm.
That has like real good like build up at the end, like shout along vocals. It's pretty good. And then their other song, which is like their least popular on Spotify, but it's their best song. It's just like another DIY Fall of Troy song.
oh hell yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
It's
Love
really
that.
fucking good. Yeah, this band is sick. I think the Chillwave Records people like really back this band, which makes sense because it like falls in line with like a lot of that like good sleepy Nope type stuff.
Yeah. That makes sense.
They did a Chill Miss video.
Yeah, that makes sense. I just really like how gritty this band is. Like the production isn't like pristine like it is with a lot of the other bands. It's just like kind of tinny and claustrophobic, but that like makes it feel like they're right there. But it also doesn't sound amateurish like the Guitar Fight EP.
Yeah, that makes it. So they only have those 3 songs out, you said?
Yeah, it's
So-
just those 3 songs.
What's
I
a
think the
demo?
acoustic song is like the same.
Is that a like cohesive release, or were they just like singles?
There's a split, and there's a single, and then there's a proper 2-song demo on Bandcamp.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, that all makes sense then. Like that's like the point where they're at, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
in terms of sound and record. Hell yeah, I'll have to listen to it.
Are we gonna move on?
Yeah. Number 2, Nice.
We're okay, and I'm upset. I don't think I want to leave my house again. I'm so stuck. I don't give a fuck what happens to me. I just want you to be fine.
This band's not emo. This band isn't emo.
This band is super fucking sparkle punk. Like, this is what I think sparkle punk sounds like.
Well, that's like
This-
I mean that's
This
like
band's power pop.
I fucking love Nice so much.
too.
Oh,
Roddy's
they're really
going-
good. They're really good.
Roddy's going with us to Bloodfest, and I'm so stoked. But Nice is so good. Like, I saw them for the first time last year, and they were still a 4-piece. And I remember watching them, and I talked to like Roddy and Sage for a while, and I was just like, oh, these people are cool. And then I watched their set, and I was like, oh, that's pretty good. And then they put out this new EP, and then we played with them a few weeks ago, and it blew me the fuck away. I was just like amazed at how tight they were and how like super catchy and well written the songs are. Like that song "Love Handles" is my favorite song this year. Like hands
Oh.
I
down.
love Snowboard.
Love Handles is up there, but my favorite Snowboard.
Snowboard
Yeah.
is so catchy.
They think that everyone hates Snowboard.
No.
I fucking love Snowboard.
And
That's my
I
favorite
hate
one.
Snowboard. I hate that song. I don't think that song is that very fun to listen to.
I hate you, Tyler.
No, that's fine. That's good. No, I don't hope Roddy doesn't listen to this, but but
Dude,
But,
every
no,
band except for Car is gonna listen to this.
that's true. Sorry, Roddy. It's a good song. I just don't like it. But yeah, no, that band is like incredible, and I'm really stoked that they've like started like getting way more traction because they deserve it. Because they've been at it for like a while, it feels like, and they've put out a lot of music,
Mhm.
and it just felt like no one was talking about them for so long, and then now everyone's like super jazzed on them, and I'm like, fuck yeah.
They were one of the
Where-
bands that might have scrubbed something off of the internet because there's something called like the Nice EP that people talk about, but it's not on Bandcamp or anything.
Yeah, probably. That seems like a thing they would do. But you know, we've got bad music in our past, so
Can I say I didn't like the vocals at first. I was like, oh, I like it when he screams. But as I've listened more and more, like they've really grown on me.
it's unique.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
which is nice because I feel like
He's
always
got like a
end up,
vibrato going
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I feel like I always end up listening to the same like style of vocals. Like I'm really into like I Love Your Lifestyle and Oliver Houston and stuff because they kind of have that like pushing your voice like edge to it. But like sometimes Roddy just sings and it's so fucking pretty and it's just nice. That's like Ryland. I'm gonna compliment you. That's part of why I like it. It's because like it's got like unique vocals that are super pretty and
on. Yeah,
like
that's a big reason I like Tommy.
which is like not normal in our genre because like I can't do that. Like there's a
Yeah.
reason that I don't do that, you know. But yeah,
Well, the reason I like Stars Hollow is because the vocals are like frenetic and like upset.
well, I've gone to vocal therapy and I am now going to take vocal lessons. So prepare for opera Stars Hollow.
I'm taking
All right.
vocal lessons
I mean,
too.
Hell yeah!
I really just like how distressed Tyler sounds on Happy Again.
Yeah.
Like
That's
just like
epic.
yeah, just like super like everything is not okay. Like you can hear that coming through like in the vocals.
That was me panicking because I thought my voice was gonna shit out on me before we finished tracking. So that's probably very genuine panic, and disgruntledness. So I'm glad that showed through.
I just want to say something about Nice before it gets lost and people give us shit for it, but like we have like repeatedly shitted on like bands that just use weed as like their personality, and I think something about Nice is like it's definitely weed emo, but there is actual personality behind like the songwriting.
Yeah, it's like incorporated into it rather than being like the whole thing.
Yeah, and like
you know,
I mean, like they have songs, they have ridiculous song titles, but like the songs are actually like pretty like sad, and like there's like a lot of songs about like Roddy's relationship with their father and stuff. And
I feel like their goofiness gives it more charm, whereas some bands' goofiness about that kind of shit like makes it like cringy. But like like Nice has a like very charming thing to it with the fact that they're kind of like goofy like that, and it kind of makes it like more melancholic to me.
Yeah. Like bittersweet. Yeah,
the fact that like Love Handles is called Love Handles with a Z, it's like kind of like, I don't know, like jokey, but then the song's like just like way more serious, and like it just gives it more appeal to me. So yeah, I'm into it. I just hate it when bands do that shit, and it's just like just for the sake of like performatively being like, I smoke weed, you know.
Whereas, you mean like Riley?
I'm not here to say who. I'm just here
really
to say.
Thought you were about to say like Ryland, and I was like, damn.
Oh, Ryland.
Yeah, I found
Go
my
that
Twitter
Ryland.
from 7.
No, Ryland doesn't weed emo. Ryland does Pokemon emo.
Yeah, that's free throw charmer Gami. That's where we are.
Yeah.
Pokemon.
I think Blunt Force Marijuana is my least favorite Nice song because it's named Blunt Force Marijuana.
Really?
Yeah.
I went into that song thinking I wasn't gonna F with it as much, but I like that one a lot.
Yeah, same. It's creative. The song structure is cool. It's just like different.
It really is.
Like it's just one of those things where I can listen to it and I'm like, oh, I would have never thought to write that. Like sometimes I can listen to songs and kind of predict like what's gonna happen because I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Like, but when I listen to that, I'm like, oh shit, I would have never thought to like put that kind of riff there or that kind of like fill there. Like it's just super, super unique. So I back it. We might be doing a TOUR with that band.
Fuck yeah.
In the fall.
Wait, spell it slow.
Tour. I'm not supposed to say that. Roddy is not mad about that either, but I'm stoked. It's gonna be cool. And Sage is our fill-in drummer for our tour with Gami next week.
Oh, sick.
Really?
So,
Next week.
Yeah, Sage. Yeah, the drummer for next. Yeah.
That's coming up fast.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, I was talking to my supervisor, and she's like, "Yeah, when you leave next week." I was like, "What?" And then I looked at my calendar, and I'm like, "Shit, I have shows next week, so it's gonna be nuts."
Tyler, do you know that you're playing a show with me next week?
I was gonna say something about that earlier, but we were talking about weed. So, yeah, okay. It's in Madison.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I'm in.
Sick. I'm actually super stoked. So it's like you guys, us, and Barely Civil.
Yeah.
That'd be super fun.
Oh shit. That's like Kyle's inner circle right fucking there.
Yeah.
Are we gonna move on to the final band?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
All right.
Number 1, we've got Cool Kids.
This band might be tied with Shingard for my favorite.
Cool Kids is fucking cool.
They're phenomenal.
Did anyone see this coming? Did anyone see them as like the top spot?
I totally did.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I totally did.
The only reason I wouldn't see them as the top spot is because I kind of see them beyond the level that a lot of these bands are at.
Right.
If that makes sense.
I mean, yeah, they have Haley Williams talking about them, which is like almost as huge as Ryland and Claudio talking about Guitar Fight. That's like almost.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
To be fair, they're so sick. I love Cool Kids. They're fucking awesome.
Yeah. So everything that I like consecutively discover about this band just impresses me more and more. So, all right, I actually did not really like their LP at first. It kind of just like faded into the background for me, and then Pool happened. And I was like, this is so sick. Like, the songwriting is really good. Was there something I'm missing on the LP? And I went back to the LP and listened to it, and I was like, holy shit, this is fucking insane. And then I looked at it on Bandcamp, and everything except the drums is written and performed by the singer.
I didn't know that.
She composes all of it.
Yeah. No, it's nuts. Like, that's like next level songwriting to be like able to think. Like, I've done that in bands before, and it's fucking hard. Like,
yeah, I know. Like Shannon from Awake But Still in Bed and Eric from Heart Attack Van are like, they are also in that sphere of being capable of it. But for Pool Kids, like all the songs have like so many textures that they cycle through. Like there are so much, like there's like everything is being explored in each song. Like it just ebbs and flows, and there's highs and lows, and it just like kind of all coheres into this like really dynamic listening experience. And that's not something I've ever heard from like someone who's composing it all themselves. Like mostly it's a more straightforward, you know, but she's like incorporating jazz and shit, like jazz voicings into her guitar work, and like bass counterpoints. Like that's insane. And then I saw videos of them performing live, and she is like finger picking.
I was gonna bring this up.
Biting the pick and singing.
Yeah.
Like hitting the notes that she does on the LP. So like I said, every consecutive thing I discover about this band is just more and more impressive.
Yeah, they're really awesome. They put on a really, really good show too. I saw them open for Mom Jeans and Mover Shaker, and it was pretty fucking sick.
Mover Shaker is how I found out about Pool Kids, because they tweeted at us, because we played a couple of shows with them last year, and Mover Shaker was like, yo, you'll love this. And then I listened to it and I was like, damn, they're right, this is fucking good. Like, it's just wild that someone can have like that much creativity in their brain, to me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And just like some of the vocal patterns she writes are just so catchy and unique, and like,
and she's got a really good voice.
Yeah.
Yep.
Amazing tonally, just like I geek out over their music. It's so cool.
Yeah, I like was using the very minimal music theory terminology that I had, and hoping like Tyler would be like, yeah, that's true. Like, I don't know, I might be talking out of my ass.
I know a decent amount of music theory, but like I just like view music so much more from like a how it makes me feel standpoint.
Oh wait, Ryland, don't you know a lot of music theory shit too?
Yeah.
He just laughs.
Was I talking out of my ass, or did that make sense, what I was saying earlier?
I liked the bass counterpoint part.
Yeah.
That was a little sick thing you said. No, yeah, what you said definitely makes sense.
Okay.
And they're really good. Definitely.
Cool. Because I don't know shit. I'm a college dropout.
I do.
I mean, I'm a college graduate, and it doesn't really mean anything, so you know, it's all pointless.
But yeah, Pool Kids, stellar, phenomenal band.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Who won last year? Who was the number one last year?
Awake but still.
Awake but still in bed. It made sense to me. They put out the best LP last year. So.
But it's also interesting that like both of these top albums are their debut material.
Yeah. That is super interesting. Like, it just to be like that good. I mean, it speaks a lot for how good the music is that it can be the first thing that you put out, and people are like, "Oh shit!" Like, I need to pay attention to this. You know.
I think this one took a while for it to like get passed around, because a friend showed me this who spends a lot of time, I think, in Midwest emo posting, and I think that's where this kind of got like dropped.
I mean, that Facebook group is like horrid.
Yeah, they like my band, so like I can't say anything here, but that group fucking sucks really bad.
Do you want me to bleep that?
No.
I've tweeted about it. Like I tweeted from the Stars account about how shitty the emo online community is.
Sure.
So It's like,
We're cool though, right?
I mean, like, you're part of the like 2% that isn't like shitty. So,
Tight.
you know,
Word.
everything I interact on, it's solely because like those people care about my music. And if I didn't, like, because I would still listen to emo even if I wasn't like playing music, but if I didn't play music, I would not interact whatsoever with any of those forums. So
Yeah. So, and I think like after that got passed around, then Skeletal Lightning picked up the album and they pressed it, and then the whole Mom Jeans tour, and then they're just touring with everyone this summer. I think they're going out with Dikembe.
Yeah, they're this year's Gouge Away.
When I said that tweet about Gouge Away has opened up for every band that has distorted guitars, I meant it, because they still keep hopping on tours.
Yeah, they're like ever present. I hope Pool Kids becomes ever present like that. I really want to fucking see him live. I
would see
great.
them.
I want to hear a band like do blast beats, but like putting them into like twinkle songs. Like I want to hear like twinkle bands do blast beats, because I feel like with that combination, I can start finally using the term bra beats.
I think you're gonna really like our LP.
Yeah, yeah, sick. I've been waiting to drop the neologism bra beats like on the world of emo for way too long. I'm super stoked.
well, I'm glad. I'm glad you'll achieve your lifelong dream.
Got you.
My lifelong dream is just to have clout. That's it.
Well,
Need.
you're gonna have to get off this podcast then, Ellie, because nah, this is a clout cast. It's cool.
Cool Kids
I'm
is
literally,
playing Bloodfest.
literally on my second group.
They are. Or aren't
They are.
Oh fuck yes. Cool.
Are you playing Bloodfest, or are you just riding along?
Nah, me and a bunch of my friends are just going, and Roddy from Nice is coming too, so that'll be cool. But like, we tried to play, but they were like, nah, so we're not playing.
But I haven't heard of half of the lineup.
I haven't either. Like, I'm going mainly to see like the Wonder Years, Aaron West, The Dangerous Summer, Pool Kids. I'd like to see Dogleg again.
Awakement's still in
Dog
bed.
Rip.
Isn't Prince Daddy playing too?
Yes, yeah, they're playing like super early in the day. I'm stoked.
Isn't this the last Bloodfest?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I've heard the rumor that the surprise is going to be a William Bonnie reunion set, but I'm pretty sure that can be discounted.
Someone told me that they thought it would be a fireworks reunion set,
Oh my god, that would make me so fucking angry.
but I doubt it. So
Yeah, Tyler and Ryland, did I tell you like what I think is going to happen next year?
No.
no.
I think the Wonder Years is going to do a 10th anniversary tour of the Upsides.
Oh,
I think that at least Man Overboard will come back and tour, and I feel like there's like a 50% chance that Fireworks would do that tour with them, because I
Yeah.
feel like Man Overboard would be down to do like a 10th anniversary for Real Talk.
oh yeah.
And
I'd be there
to me,
for
like the cherry on top would be like Title Fight co-headlining, because all three of those support bands did guest vocals on All My Friends Are in Bar Bands.
Yep.
It's the closer on the Upsides.
Not sad
And,
anymore.
How
Yeah.
fucking sick would that be?
I would shit my literal pants.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
That'd be kind of nutto. That'd be crazy.
That was like the formative years of my music taste, like middle of late high school, you know. I was like, oh shit, this is it. It got me through college. I'm just like, I geek about all those bands.
Like I strongly feel like that could happen. Like that's like a strong possibility. And when it does, like the words glamour kills will like spontaneously grow out of my chest.
Yep. That pig with the wings will just appear and it'll
Yeah.
That'd be epic.
So we should probably wrap this up. But do you guys want to talk about the tour that you two are going on together?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that's gonna be sick.
I'm excited.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited. It's like, what, we're on it for 3 weeks, and then y'all have another like 5 or 6 days after we're done.
Yeah, I think so.
first time we've ever gone west, which is sick.
Same.
Yeah, like I'm like scared, like super scared, but also super excited.
Almost
'Cause,
every
like-
single state we're playing, I've never been to in my entire life.
Yeah, same. And it's just like, okay, like, are there going to be kids there, or is it going to be like being back at square one in like 2015 when we played like out of state and like 2 kids were there? But it's like, that's part of the experience. But I'm excited, but I'm also nervous. We
I'm
balled out on merch for this tour, so that's going to be cool.
Saw that. There's fanny packs.
Fanny packs, joggers, striped shirts.
When I heard all that shit, I was like, we're not even gonna bother making merch. Like, there's no.
Nah, dude, you gotta, because I don't own a single Origami Angel clothing item because
We got. Oh
Yeah.
right, we're out of shit. We have mad shirts actually.
That's good.
We got
That's good.
shirts on.
I'm gonna swipe one, but Ryland, talk about your EP that's coming out the day the tour starts.
Right. Yeah, we're putting out that EP. Called
It's
Gen 3.
songs, baby.
4 songs, baby, and 2 of them are already out. And
They're endorsed by Dan Lampton from Real Friends.
yeah,
Oh, shit.
fucking berserk.
That's cool. What's the other band that Dan has? Like the one that records in a basement, the side project?
Oh, is that with one of the dudes from Knuckle Puck?
Yes.
I don't know what it's called, but I just know that it's from one of the dudes from Knuckle Puck.
Yeah, that band's pretty sick. Even if I can't remember their name. Ryland, do you really think Pokemon XD is better than Pokemon Coliseum?
Oh yeah.
Ah.
Okay, Coliseum is pretty sick. Coliseum is like okay. I don't know. It might be because I had that Christmas, like 2000 whatever. I got the XD Gale of Darkness fucking GameCube that came with XD. And it
Oh,
was by
shit.
far the coolest thing that I ever did, like, or ever got in my life. Like, I think I played half the game that day. I was like 5 years old.
So you like XD better because you're privileged, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, pretty much. Coliseum. Well, I couldn't find Coliseum forever. I played it 3 years ago, and that was the first time I ever played it.
Yeah, Coliseum is rare as fuck. I also think I got Gale of Darkness before Coliseum. But you also have to remember I'm playing GameCube on other people's GameCubes. I'm buying games to bring over to my friend's house, play in bite-sized pieces.
I feel that.
Yeah. But I feel like XD is just Coliseum, but retreaded.
I know it's once I played Coliseum, I kind of realized that. But the intro to XD is the coolest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
I'll give you that.
I've never played XD. Is it set up like Coliseum, or is it open world kind of a main series game? What's the game?
It's set up like Coliseum. There's a story, and it's the same deal with catching shadow Pokemon.
Okay, gotcha.
But there's a more sophisticated system of it. And
Okay.
I mean,
It's more sophisticated.
I said sophisticated.
I know. I'm just being a dick. I'm
I
sorry.
know. No, it's okay. Basically, it takes place 5 years after Coliseum, and the technology in the game has advanced in terms of catching shadow Pokemon. That's what I meant, not in terms of gameplay. I meant in the actual story arc. There's now much more of it. There's a radar or whatever. The dude has an eyepiece where he can see it instead of having that friend who he's like, "Hey, friend, is that a shadow Pokemon or not?"
I mean, let's be real. His eyepiece makes him look like a fucking Vegeta, though.
You're right. You're 100% right. I always thought that as a kid. But
Okay.
it's pretty good.
I think we have to wrap this up now.
Let's do it.
Okay.
My final thought on this is that even this is a really good end of the year, or I guess freshman list, because even if I don't necessarily like all the bands, I have positive feelings for all of the bands.
They all are awesome.
A lot of them
Yeah.
have
No,
a lot to prove still too, and that's always cool because it's a lot of these bands are literally in their infancy and have a lot of potential.
And I feel like all these bands have cool people in them.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
They feel more accessible than last year's freshman class, for whatever
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah.
There's that one
Last-
band. There's those two bands on there that's fucking suck ass. Going on tour together or something like that.
Which bands? Oh, yeah.
Or original something
Original Angles
and yeah, something
and
stellar. Star.
I don't know.
Star
Hamster Huey and the Gooey Kablooey. Yeah.
One of those bands. No, this year's list definitely is super sick. I know a lot of them personally, and they're all really awesome people. And like Kyle said, they're all in their infancy, and they all have such a upward trajectory. I think we're gonna see a lot of these bands doing really, really cool shit, like in their own unique way. I was thinking of a better word than way, but it couldn't come out.
I feel like half of these bands will become guests on this podcast.
probably.
For sure.
Yeah.
That kind of happened with last year's. Like this year's list was cool because like I feel like you guys said, it's like a lot more bands in their infancy, whereas last year it was like Jetty Bones was one of them,
Mm-hmm.
and Jetty Bones had like a lot of clout. Hot Mulligan was on there, and Hot Mulligan was like legitimately blowing up.
Yeah.
Whereas you're like all the bands are it's a pretty even playing field, and the bigger bands are even like not that huge, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's sick. And then I also like, it's just cool to think about how last year the freshman list class, like I didn't know like hardly any of the bands on it, and now I'm like homies with a lot of the bands on it.
Yeah.
And like,
Yeah.
I mean, we're about to go on tour with Gami. Like, I love Commander Salamander, and would tour with them any day of the week. Like, it's just like,
Good luck getting Liam and Nando to tour.
Yeah.
They're doing a tour this summer.
I mean, for longer than like
7 days.
5 days.
yeah, it's rough. I don't blame them. But,
No comment.
I hope you hear my fucking eye roll. Right.
I do want to say
it's just
uh,
they could. Oh, go ahead. Kyle.
most of these bands are touring this summer pretty hard, so go fucking see them.
Yeah.
Retweet.
Retweet.
Smash that RT.
Come to a Stars Hollow Origami Angel show so that I don't have panic attacks every night, please. That'd be
Go
great.
to. Is Gami not playing the show that you were playing with Kyle?
No.
No,
Yeah, we're
God,
not.
Oh my god, that would have been like such like a strong like energy ball of E-word lore. Right there.
in a perfect world. Nah, yeah, we started a few days earlier, but
They just had to be better than us.
yeah, no, I just want to have a money cushion before we go, because otherwise, the West will eat me alive. So
I know. We're starting with a fucking 15-hour drive to Iowa, so we'll be in the negative.
I will. Motherland, baby. But
All right, y'all.
hell yeah.
Sweet.
All right.
Thanks for listening
Salute.
to episode 31, the E-Word Freshman Class 2019. These bands have records that you can buy. Tweet about them, buy them, everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Swag.
Yeah.